washers, dryers, and dishwashers outside of peak hours. And by adjusting your thermostat just a few degrees higher between 3 and 6 in the afternoon, you can save even more. It's a simple shift that helps reduce strain on the energy grid, supports a more sustainable future, and keeps power reliable for everyone in our community. Because at Fayetteville PWC, we're committed to being environmentally responsible, dependable, and deeply invested in the place we all call home. Timing matters, and smart timing means savings. Learn more at Start Saving at faypwc.com.
Wake up, it's the Coach Brickey Sports Show with the team that can give you what you know, what you need and what you want on the court. For football, the basketball, and every other sport. With Troy and DL and Dr. Carl Brinkley and Paul and the Coach Robert Brickey. It's time, get your coffee and get ready for the flow. Get ready for the Coach Brickey Sports Show. And get ready for the flow. And get ready for the flow.
And good morning to you on this Monday. Welcome back to the morning drive, and we're going to have the Coach Brickey Sports Show on this Monday. There's a dense fog advisory till about 11 o'clock on today, so if you're out there driving, please be careful in your travels with the dense fog. And it's 61 degrees now, and we expect a high of about 78. Should be peaking around 3 p.m. So we're still in this weather thing, and also pollen is falling. But however, though, it's all good. And back to the phone lines now, and we have traveled our global trotter here. He's been somewhere around the world. Coach Brickey, good morning, sir.
Good morning, gentlemen. Everybody good on that end?
Excellent, sir. And also to you, DL.
Good morning.
Excellent. Well, look, Coach, got a couple of things that I need to talk about. I needed you here last week because I was talking some serious stuff, and I needed a coach to kind of help lead us. But you're here now, so look, we appreciate you, man. A lot of stuff has been going on. Anyway, I'll let you lead off. You know, you gave us our marching orders last night.
Well, look, I don't get to many Duke games, but I went to the Duke Carolina game over the weekend.
Okay.
And it was fantastic. You know what? Both programs have historically just been blue bloods, and I love that rivalry. And I know we won by a decent margin, but I'm not making excuses for Carolina, but they didn't quit. They didn't quit. Like, we do execute well. We shot the ball. We were at home. But, I hate that the young man Wilson is going to be out, because I thought with him in the lineup, they could have made some noise in the tournament.
Right.
But that's the way it goes. Sure.
There are injuries. That he's certainly not being there as a game changer. Question, though, is Duke did they lose two of their starters as well?
You know what, man? I hadn't even followed up. I was busy after the game. I went to my daughter, so yesterday was lost, and then so I hadn't had a chance to follow. I know point guard went down with an ankle injury. How severe was it?
Right. Okay. So, but anyway, I'm thinking that that's ouch. I mean, everybody needs everybody to be playing at their best at this time of year, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Bill, have you heard on Caleb Foster's ankle?
No, I know your coach after the game, he touched on one injury, and Troy had told me there was two. But I tell you, that facility was electric Saturday night. I watched the game. In that game, Carolina started off slow, but they closed the gap to like 5 during halftime. And I think what it was, when you don't have Caleb Wilson to draw a double team, it just makes it tough for Carolina. And number 45, Bogovac, he can't get his shot off without a screen. And that was just the name of it. And Duke just You know, on defense, they can speed you up, and they were playing at another notch. They didn't like the loss to Carolina a month ago, and they really executed on defense, and Boozer just had a good game. It just the personnel. Duke had the personnel advantage, and like you said, Carolina didn't give up. You know, I've been critical of the Tar Heels, but they were just overwhelmed on Saturday night. There was a good win for Duke, and you go on to the tournament.
Now, I will add this part. I did factor in coaching on Saturday, so and the fact that Wilson was out in Carolina, Duke didn't have to worry about doubling. But when Boozer got the ball, Carolina immediately went to a double team, which Duke was prepared for. So Boozer would just take one dribble out, step to the ball to the outside corner. So they were prepared for the double team, and then Boozer got the mismatch on the switch sometimes, and Duke looks to throw the ball inside. So it's strange to see post play because the game is evolved to perimeter and 3-point shooting. It's nice to see somebody concentrate on getting the ball in the post.
Yeah. Dizar for Carolina, if he's not shooting 3-pointers, he just don't have enough lift to get rebounds. That's been the biggest disappointment in him, is that he's not a rebounder. He'd rather be outside on that perimeter taking a 3-shot, and Carolina just didn't have the big man to compete with Duke.
Right. Well, that was a good game, but now, Coach, I'm not picking on you, but I do pay attention to words. You know, that's my day job as an investigator. The last game, you didn't say it was a great game, but you said it was a great game on Saturday. I'm just making you recognize that.
No. It was a great game. The first game was a great game. This is not, I have no way trying to be disrespectful either way.
No, I know that. But I'm just saying, I don't recall you saying it was a great game. The first game in Chapel Hill, but you said it was a great game in Durham.
My mind may have been in a different place.
I'm sure it was. Anyway, look. So, what does it look like, you know, when you look at the tournament? I mean, that's, you know, that top 4 or 5, they all look like they can do some damage. You can't be looking past anybody. What you think?
Absolutely. So this shows you how injuries impact winning. So Carolina's best player goes down. You know, that's tough for a coach. Now you got to look down the bench. Who's going to step up? So injuries, whoever's the healthiest team is going to win. And, you know, because if you haven't developed a bench or don't have a bench, this is a hard time of year for that to take place.
So do you believe that the absence of Wilson will affect seeding for
Absolutely.
Carolina in the Big Dance?
Oh, yeah. Listen, they factor the NCAA. I know it's about wins and losses and quality of wins and all that, but they factor in personnel as well. So that will be a factor.
So they were talking about them about 5. Do you think they'll go below a 6?
And I got to go look at the numbers and charts. You know, this is the week for that. You know, but I'll have some better idea by next Monday.
Sure, and I would imagine it depends on how well they do this week, in the tournament as well.
Yeah. If they get to the championship game, you know,
right.
That'll make the committee look a little longer.
Right. Anyway,
Carolina should be a 6 seed. I would be disappointed if the NCAA looked at them and said, we're going to put y'all anything below 6.
Right. Well, I saw your comments last night in the group text. You were talking about, you know, Michigan State and Michigan. I'd love to hear your dialogue on that, Coach.
Man, let me tell you, that I didn't watch the game, but I like Michigan because I watched them play when Duke played, and I don't think Michigan played that well that game. And it was a really good game, but I think Michigan could win it all. And then I've always loved Michigan State because I love Izzo. I love the way he coaches. He coaches tough. He coaches in a tough manner. He coaches tough kids, and they really execute. And I think toughness matters in the tournament. Like that's what I love about Kelvin Sampson's team. Always tough, physical, gonna make you play hard, gonna speed you up. So yeah, Michigan State. Man, I think whoever comes out of the Big Ten could win it all. I think it would be Michigan, but I think Michigan State could compete for the Big Ten title.
Yeah, right. That's interesting. Right. Anyway, DL, comment before we go to a break on the half hour here.
Well, I'm going to go down south to the SEC. I am predicting Florida is ascending, and they're going to be a tough out because what they did to Arkansas last Saturday night, I said,
hello, you still there?
yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, yeah. I missed your last part of your comment there. You were talking about Arkansas?
Yeah. Well, Florida, the way they manhandled Arkansas last Saturday night, Florida's on the roll right now. They're the defending champions, but they're on the roll.
All right, great. Well, fantastic. Well, look, we have more basketball to talk about. We have the CIAA champs right here at 1200 Murchison Road in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and that's exciting. Also, we got some high school football and everything else we're going to be talking about. Reverend Paul, he's happy because he's down there in Robeson County, Fairmont, the high school girls team, and Terry Sanford as well. Look, let's go to a break, come back, and we'll chat more inside of the Coach Brickey Sports Show.
And get ready for the flow. And get ready for the flow. Brickey Sports Show.
U.S. and Israeli air attacks on Iran continue, including strikes on the country's oil facilities. Iran is fighting back, firing missiles at Israel and hitting Persian Gulf nations as well. A Lexington family is back in North Carolina after being trapped in Jerusalem during the evolving conflict in the Middle East. Experts are concerned prices could jump even higher depending on the duration of the war in Iran. The FBI is investigating after an explosive device packed with bolts and screws was thrown into a crowd during a protest in New York City. A tool in North Carolina is connecting people with public benefits. It's known as My Friend Ben NC. It was developed by nonprofit Code the Dream. And the airport in New Orleans is telling travelers to show up 3 hours early for their flights because of a shortage of TSA agents. Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
I'm Peter Killeen, WIDU Radio News. A woman sought in connection with a 2023 Fayetteville homicide arrested in Columbus County last week, less than 24 hours after newly installed license plate readers first went online in Whiteville. The Whiteville Police Department announcing the arrest of 23-year-old Karana McKay, saying the newly installed reader spotted a vehicle connected to McKay a day earlier. She had been sought since January 12th when a Cumberland County grand jury indicted her as an accessory after the fact of a murder in the killing of 41-year-old Garen Webb of Fayetteville, gunned down near his apartment on Tamarack Drive in October 2023. Parents and students at E.E. Miller Elementary celebrating after the Cumberland County School Board reversed course on a controversial plan to shift the school from a year-round to a traditional calendar in the 2027-2028 school year. District announcing that a board committee has voted to rescind the plan to shift E.E. Miller Elementary from a year-round calendar to a traditional one. From WIDU Radio, I'm Peter Killeen.
Good Monday morning. We start your day with mostly cloudy skies and temperatures at around 60 degrees. Some patchy fog is possible. By this afternoon, we'll see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Highs will reach the mid to upper 70s. A brief shower can't be ruled out. Then partly cloudy skies overnight and into Tuesday morning. Temperatures drop to the upper 50s. Will be mostly sunny to partly cloudy for our Tuesday. Highs even warmer, reaching the low to mid 80s. I'm meteorologist Grant Skinner in the NCN Weather Center.
I'm the thread that's already inside the house. In the closet, under the bed, in the car. But I don't want your money or your TV. I can't be scared away or negotiated with. I'm patient and quiet. I don't sleep. You can't call the cops on me. You can't even see me. I'm the threat of family fire. And as long as your guns aren't stored securely, I'll be there. Protect your family. Secure all your guns. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
At Fayetteville State University, you will do something you thought you could never do. And never say never again. With NC Promise $500 per semester tuition, dare to see where you can go. Check out all your options, including our new cybersecurity program. Because tomorrow just can't wait. Fayetteville State University. Anything really can happen. Are you in?
Hey, you looking for your next car? Start at Bryan Honda, 4104 Rayford Road in Fayetteville. At Bryan Honda, we make buying a car simple, stress-free, and affordable. Whether you're searching for a brand new Honda or a quality pre-owned vehicle, we've got a huge selection to fit every lifestyle and every budget. From fuel-efficient Civics and Accords to family-friendly CRVs and Pilots, Bryan Honda has the perfect vehicle waiting for you, and with our friendly, knowledgeable sales team, you'll never feel pressured. Need financing? No problem. Bryan Honda works with multiple lenders to get you approved fast with competitive rates that make sense for you. Plus, our certified service department is here long after the sale, keeping your Honda running strong for years to come. Drive smarter, drive happier, and drive home today from Bryan Honda, 4104 Rayford Road in Fayetteville, or you can visit online, BryanHonda.com. Your road starts here. Nobody beats a Bryan Honda deal. Not now, not ever.
And get ready for the flow. And get ready for the flow. And get ready for the flow. Brickey Sports Show.
And we're back now 32 minutes after the hour here, 28 minutes going up. And Coach DL wrapping up college ball. So we have the only two MEAC teams, I believe, in North Carolina. That's going to be North Carolina Central and A&T. That's going to be going on this week as well. I'm not familiar with anything regarding those two teams. Your thoughts, if you have any?
Congratulations to the Broncos. I apologize, Troy. I got my phone beat when you were saying something. I missed what you were saying.
Yeah, I was saying, we have two North Carolina MEAC teams. We have.
I thought you said CIAA. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying, yeah, I'm going to the CIAA, but I was catching the MEAC first. Okay. So the MEAC, I think that's North Carolina Central and the A&T Aggies. I don't know anything about either one of those teams, but anyway, if you had any thoughts about the MEAC conference as a reference to, the big dance.
Well, I know Lavelle Moten does a good job. He's done a fantastic job at Central since he's been there. So, I never count him out. I did have a chance to watch A&T play earlier in the year. They played at UNC Charlotte. It was early in the year. Both teams looked a little rusty, so it was hard to get a gauge of, where they were. But, I like the job that the coach has done at A&T. I think he knew, but I think he had some success at Delaware, and I think that'll translate here. So, and I think DL might coattail me on this. The transfer portal makes it hard to be able to figure out who's who, because the deck is reshuffled now. And, you saw a team last year that thought had some potential. Right. Well, 8 of those guys might be gone by the time next year rolls around.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you on that. And I echo the sentiments about Lavelle Moulton. He's a mainstay at Central, and he's always going to have his team prepared. That's a well-coached team. Hope they do well in the tournament. So I'm just interested to see how the MEAC unfolds.
Yeah, and former Stellar coach Mike Tomlin went to a game to support Central because he's good friends with the coach.
Yeah, I think they work together on some project as well.
Yeah.
And it would be Paul that would do a Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh, yes, sir.
I don't
Yes,
understand. Look, man, hey, bro, look. A guy came back, because, we got other officers in the building, too, to get his taxes done last week. And he had on a Steelers jersey, and, man, Reverend Paul was slobbering all over. I said, man, I had to leave. It was making me sick. It was making me sick. I had to leave. Anyway, so look, moving from the MEAC to the CIAA, of course, Fayetteville State University. It was interesting. They swapped coaches and swapped players for the teams for finale. That was interesting.
Yeah, I won't get into politics, but congratulations, first of all, to the Broncos. When was the last time Fayetteville State men have won the tournament?
Yeah, it's been a while.
That was in
2 years ago, right?
3 maybe.
2-3 years ago.
The ladies won it. The ladies won it.
Yeah, the ladies won it last year, but they didn't win it this year.
Yeah.
Well,
he said that proud, didn't he?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, man, he's standing here smiling, man. He got a smile.
He got on the Winston-Salem jersey this morning.
No.
Like Bugs Bunny, man. He's smiling that wide.
Yes, sir.
All y'all folk on the Merc, come and get him, man. He's driving, I forget what color it is. I think his vehicle is gray. It's in the parking lot now.
No, I've got a blue pickup truck.
No, that's Troy's truck. Yeah, but anyway, though, so
wishing Fayetteville State and the Winston-Salem Rams well. Now, what happened to the Fayetteville State women? Because they lost in the championship. Will they get an opportunity to go on to the tournament?
No. Do they?
Okay, so it's only the conference
I'm not
winner.
sure. Now, when it comes to Division II play, it's normally all I know is if you win the tournament, you're in it. But I'm not sure about it. But I think Fayetteville State women had a great record, so hopefully they're probably in the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were the number 2 seed. Of course,
they were.
The Fayetteville State men were the number 1 seed, correct? So they were expected to carry it all. And great game, though. Great game. So it's tough to win that stuff, my man. But Fayetteville State has just been doing incredibly well in a lot of areas, man. Just the school building, the athletics, just everything is just they're rolling strong now. So I'm really excited about what they're doing.
Yeah. Man, it's always nice when your local teams do well. It gives you a sense of pride, and you just want to see your local kids have opportunities to enjoy a little bit beyond the regular season. So just an NCAA trip is a memorable event.
Right, it is.
Those guys on that team will be talking about that. Hey man, remember that time when they get back together at Fayetteville State reunion 30 years from now?
Yeah,
they'll be
fantastic.
talking about winning the conference and going to the tournament.
Right. Do want to make mention. Are you familiar with Fred Whitted?
He's the sports writing, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a sports writer, lived here. He recently deceased, but the CIAA honored him, and I thought that was great. I think the Observer did a story on that, but this guy is, he was deep into all of that kind of stuff, and I thought it was a huge honor for the CIAA to honor him this way around, this round. I wish he had been here to see it himself, but certainly a great honor for his family and friends. The Honorable Fred Whitted did just a marvelous job throughout his history. And yes, he was, Paul, he did go to Winston-Salem State. Okay.
Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Yes, sir.
Congratulations to Fred. I did know Fred, and we stayed in touch a little bit on Facebook.
Right,
But,
right.
I always appreciate, those behind the scenes that don't get all the recognition.
Right.
But they help in the development of the league and expansion of the league because they're sharing the knowledge of the league. So congratulations to him.
Yeah, certainly. So now if we could move away from college ball, let's talk a little bit about high school. Let's go local here first. What about Terry Sanford? Those Terry Sanford girls, they are in the championship game.
Yes, according to one of the reports, Terry Sanford took care of business from the opening tip, beating 71st 62-51 to advance to next week's or this coming week's state championship in Winston-Salem.
Oh, wow.
I said both.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations to Terry Sanford, young ladies. Now, E. Smith, I know they lost in the last round, so they did well. So congratulations to them, Brian Tillman, and their season. But there was somebody else locally that went far in the playoffs too, right?
Yeah, no, you say someone. I think the closest local now we have is Fairmont, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, but Terry Sanford finished the regular season going 22-6. So, good luck to them this weekend, well, this Friday or no. I know Fairmont will be playing Friday,
right?
But Terry Sanford will be playing. And now, Coach Brickey, I know the times have changed. I remember when I graduated, there were only 4 divisions: 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A. Now we've got 6, 7A, or something like that.
I thought it was 8 of them.
It probably is.
DL, you know about that.
What's that?
The leagues now. Isn't it 8 of them now?
In high school.
In high school, it's 8.
That's what I'm saying. I thought it was 8, right?
It's 8. In Wilmington Hoggard, men and boys are competing for the state titles. I just found that to be kind of fascinating.
Right. So the girls and the boys are both competing. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Right. Well,
we have 8 divisions now.
Yeah,
well, I had no idea. I thought we were at 6. I thought 6 was a lot.
No, sir, it's 8 of them now. Well, you know what, though, Coach? Don't you think that's a little bit fair, though? I mean, giving the smaller schools a chance to actually compete on a level playing field, whereas that before what was happening, you playing, say, in the East, and you go out West, and you got to play one of the big Charlotte schools. That wasn't fair, was it? I mean, for anything, even football.
Well, don't they do it by the school population?
Yeah.
So if you're under a certain number, you're 1A. So what happened to, 1A was small schools, 2A was a little bit bigger schools. So what happened when we got 8? When we have 8 conferences? 8 divisions now.
Well, you got to remember they had them 1 small A, 1 double A, and vice versa. So they went from they still have 8 because you used to have small 4A, big 4A. So now it's just 1A through 8. So it's all the same, to be honest with you.
All right.
Yeah, but I remember prior, I'm talking football now, I remember when the schools in the East, man, those kids had to play both ways. And when they would go out West and they have a defensive squad and an offensive squad, late in the third quarter, fourth quarter, just ran out of gas. That was back in the Bob Parola days, when he was at Douglas Byrd, and then my man went to 71st. I forget his name now. Do you remember? You know what I'm talking about? He was at Southview, then he went to 71st. But anyway, though, he won state championships at both places. But I just think that hopefully they're trying to make it a little more fair.
Well, you're not going to get no better than what they got because, back in the day, the small 1A teams, when they were competing, they had to go both ways. They just had a personnel in those smaller schools. But they shouldn't have to have played Charlotte because most of the Charlotte schools were 4A. But public school population is dwindling anyway. But I think this is the best you're going to ever get as far as competition. You talk about Bobby Paulson.
Yeah, that's right, Bobby Paulson. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, we don't want these kids to get hurt, and a lot of people, Coach, are pulling their kids out of football because of that. I mean, what are your feelings on that?
Listen, with all the news about concussions, I can see why parents would be hesitant to put them in contact sports like that. On the flip side, one of the hottest sports in college right now is female flag football.
Really?
And so, you can get scholarships to play flag football in college. So, I understand on one side, but I do like the development of an alternative on the other side.
Reverend Paul needs to turn his camera on because he's in shaking his head. What about you, dear? How you feel about that? Flag football.
About flag football?
Yeah.
Well, the ADs know how much money they have for revenue. If it's gonna make money for the university, I'm for it.
Okay, Reverend Paul, I'm listening. Because you standing there,
No, I was ready to get back to, I'm ready for my Fairmont report. That's all.
Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, he's waiting on the. Let's talk about Fairmont. Let's move forth now and talk a little bit about Fairmont. Fairmont is down there when you're coming up from South Carolina. That's going to be the first township that you encounter in North Carolina. That's exit what, number 3 or 4 or something like that?
I'm not sure. But look, and again, hats off to Fairmont Tornadoes and their coach, Marcus Thompson. This is from the Robertsonian. When Marcus Thompson took over the Fairmont girls basketball program 7 years ago, the Golden Tornadoes hadn't won a game the entire previous season. But he kept coaching and developing talent, getting more out of the school's players than anyone before, and every year, in his own words, has kept getting sweeter. According to Thompson, I don't know how it keeps getting better, but every year it keeps getting better. And so they are poised to play on Friday, I think at 11 a.m. Matter of fact, we're planning to do an interview on the sister station WAGR, I think Tuesday or Wednesday, as he's preparing his team to go to Winston-Salem State to get that state championship. So congratulations for their effort so far, and best of luck on this weekend.
That's a great story, Paul. Again, coaches matters. I like to honor people that put it in work like that, developing young people. So congratulations to that coach.
Yeah, and the thing about Fairmont was always known for they were always shorter than folk from Lumberton, and so the girls team they have a quick team and they have grit, and so Marcus Thompson was able to kind of pull and I thought that their program was going to dwindle because they had two great twins who are now playing college ball, but they were awesome, and I thought losing them would have put them in a stump, but they gotten better, and they're going to go for the championship. So yeah.
Well, that's good. That's a good story. So that's 1A, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Let me double check. Yeah, I think it is. It used to be 2A, but again, with all these with these additional divisions, I'm not sure.
Right. Okay. Well, but I mean, that's great. That's a great story. Robertson County is going to be doing that thing anyway. DL can't wait till they start bringing out some bulldozers on 95-74 so they can start building their casino.
So look, I stand corrected. They're in the 4A.
A 4A?
Yeah.
On that end?
Yeah, they defeated First Flight 59-40 on Friday in the 4A East Regional Final.
So I guess there's not a school in Roland then, is it? To my high school.
Yeah, because South Robinson is no longer there. Yeah.
Right. So I guess they're getting all of those students.
Right.
From there. Okay. All right. That makes sense.
And so we're talking about different divisions. So Terry Sanford will be representing 6A.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I remember back in the what was her name, Cheryl Ralph. You remember her, Coach?
Yep.
Man, she was something else.
She's coaching at Vanderbilt or Purdue. I always get those mixed up. I think it's Vanderbilt.
Yeah, but she was a terror.
In fact, she was coaching. She was coach of the year this year in that conference.
Get out of here. But that's Fayetteville native. She played at Terry Sanford. Then she went to Connecticut. And man, they dominated that for years, didn't they?
Oh yeah, and still are. It's quietly. I think UConn women are undefeated this year.
Okay, yeah. UConn is.
I don't know how that's quiet, but that's impressive.
Yeah, I heard that. I was talking to DL, and he said that South Carolina got beat up pretty bad. But I said, I guess, you can't stay on top forever.
Right.
DL.
Let's talk. Man, listen. When you are, so many factors go into being able to not only win, but to go undefeated. And what was the MAC school that went undefeated? Was it Miami of Ohio? It went
they're still right. I think they're still undefeated.
And so but you just think about this: they had to win like 2 of their last 5 games in overtime. They remained relatively healthy. So you think about all the things that have to go right.
That's true.
To go undefeated.
But I wonder though, as well as they're playing, if they have to play a good quad 1 team, not even a top tier, have they faced off that kind of competition yet?
I don't know. The MAC is usually a very good conference, but again, with I like to hear DL's thought on this. Again, talking about transfer portal, it's hard to keep up, and you can turn a program around overnight, and then you can be good this year and horrible next year.
Well, I'm going to echo what Chef Greenberg. I like Chef Greenberg and Jay Williams, who are analysts for ESPN. Now, Chef said about Miami, Ohio, he said what they did was remarkable because they did go undefeated. But he said as far as making NCAA, they need to win their tournament because he said you have teams in the ACC and the SEC have to play top 10 teams, top 25 teams every night. So I'm going Chef is a subject matter expert, so I'm going to kind of agree with him with it as it applies to Miami of Ohio. But real quickly, though, a team that I was talking up, Coach, in Troy, and they just get a skid. I guess the Tar Heels was NC State Super Bowl because they just went skid left, and that's been surprising to me. That's been a big surprise that they had played that terrible after beating Carolina.
You talked all that smack, brother. Karma. It's a spiritual thing.
I thought, that's like I told my wife when the season started. I said, hey, I think Will Wade is going to keep State in the top 3 or 4 in the ACC. I said, based on his previous stops and what he's done, I said, this is the perfect place for him. And I agree with DL. Earlier in the year, they were good, and then they've really they've really fallen off a little bit here down in the last 8 or 10 games.
Both you guys are spiritual people. He talked too much. He speaketh too much, sir. He should have been humble. And it's when they beat Carolina, they did all of that noise talking and everything. And then, like you said, like they had won the lottery, and then it started crashing. So I don't feel sorry for them. Good riddance.
So that was for their fans. That was more for their fans. State only has 2 players that returned to the team last year. That was more so for their fans. And now a couple of players did talk a lot of smack because one of the kids played for the Tar Heels last year, but we'll see how they do in the tournament because they were locked in. The ACC had at least 6 teams that were locked to be in the tournament. I don't know how State plays out. They have to play a little bit better before they play themselves out of the tournament.
Well, I don't know that they're in. I mean, Coach, what you think?
Again, I think that this week will determine their fate. You know, if they have a good showing here in the tournament, I think they're in. If they don't show well, I think they'll be on the bubble.
Do you believe that the ACC is too big?
That's a good question, man.
They have almost as many teams as the NBA. Not literally, but you know what I mean. There are a lot of teams.
Well, think about this. All of them do now. The Power Five. All of them have at least 15.
How many in the ACC? 17, 18?
I think it's 18 in the ACC.
Yeah. 3 teams did not qualify for the tournament. Boston College, Georgia Tech, and Notre Dame. And Georgia Tech fired Damon Stoudemire yesterday.
Wait a minute, hold on. He's only been there like a year or two, right?
3 years.
It's been 3 years? Okay. Wow.
Well, you lose, you move, Coach.
Yeah, I was just children. I've been there. I know.
Understood. Yeah, my bad.
So look, I wanted to. I know we've been talking about the portal, and I wanted to talk about it from the female side. I saw a report of Olivia Miles, who once played for Notre Dame, and their team lost in the tournament to TCU, and now she went into the portal. She was actually predicted to be in the top 10 picks for the WNBA. She opted to go stay in college, go in the portal, and now play for the team that took them out in the tournament, TCU, because she has a deal for 6 figures NIL.
And man, look, that's why we need to do a show on just the NIL because that's why college basketball has gotten tougher because you got guys hanging around now playing for 6 and 7 years. I'm not sure how they're pulling that off, but and then the money incentivizes them staying in college.
Definitely a professional college student.
Exactly.
Right. Well, I want to know is how do they stay eligible? Because you got to have enough credits to transfer, and some schools don't take all credit. I wonder how they keep jumping schools and maybe stay on track to graduate. Because I know that's one of the requirements in NCAA.
Yeah, I read this. Go ahead, Dia.
Yeah, that's a good question. And, President Trump convened a committee that included Nick Saban and Charlie Ward on saving college sports. He's supposed to come with executive order. So we're going to see how that plays out. But my thing is I don't have an issue with the young men and women getting paid. I just think they need to cut down on the transfer. I think that should be limited because you're in a contract now and you're getting compensated. So hopefully they can do something about it.
Well, a couple of these cases made it to the courts. And, the Duke football quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was another case of a guy out west somewhere. He said he was going to play. He took some money and he decided he was going to transfer it like at the semester. And the school was going to sue him to get the money back or something like that. So it's the Wild West.
Right.
Now, one thing I will say in regards to, you remember when Kevin Garnett got that big, got the highest paid contract when he was in the NBA. For him to get paid that much, that means that somebody else is making more money that's in position. So when you look at these college athletes getting all this money, the colleges are getting a whole lot of money on top of that as well. So we have to always factor that in. And I'm grateful that college players are getting paid, but like Coach Brickey said early, that they didn't really think it through and to kind of put boundaries on it, and so it's just kind of free fall.
Right. Yeah, the horse is at the gate now. So,
yeah.
You know, so what do you do?
Really? Well, look, our time's up, gentlemen. Thanks so much. Again, as a reminder to everyone, there's going to be from 1 to 2 today, those individuals that want to call in with tributes to our station manager here, Sandy Cookman, and the loss. Just an incredible person. And look, she loves sports. And she beat us 4 times this last football season, man.
Sure.
I mean, she was something else. I'm telling you.
Are we gonna do a NCAA pool?
You know, if you want to do one, that's fine with me.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I hope I do better than that than I did in the NFL. But anyway, take care, guys. Y'all have a great one.
See you later.